Program 2018, super excited. We woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, couldn't even wait to hit it hard. So what we did is we got a couple more computer parts that we really needed to get this pod pack going, and we spent all last night, it was about 12 hours, building the core pod pack. We decided to just do one central core pod instead of two. It was a really tough decision, but we built the model twice, one with two pods and one with just one. And after really giving it thought and seeing it in real life, we just decided that one is going to be the best way for right now to go. Now in the future, when we're able to slim down the tech and everything, there's a great chance that we could go back to the two. But with the measurements of what we have for the different computer parts and everything that we're putting in here, and the scale, it just makes more sense right now to do one. We will have on the side two separate sizes on each side for the side pods, which is still pretty awesome. So that means what it's going to come out to be is 5 pods that make up the pod pack, and then with accessories, of course, that are going to allow you to store even more items. So with that, we're going to show you the components. We got the LEDs, we got the Wi-Fi, we got everything hooked up, running on the lithium powered batteries, and it's really exciting. So here's what we got so far. So we have the Wi-Fi that we're going to build into the wall, which is pretty cool. That way you kind of get a glimpse of what your signal's like. We're going to have these really cool, super low voltage blue LEDs that'll be mounted on the outside that will kind of always be on, or we're going to have a photo cell at some point. On the inside, we got the lithium powered batteries, which are here, and then we have the thermostat. We'll have the probe mounted into one of the side walls. We're going to have 8 switch buttons up top, 1 switch button that's going to be mounted on the back, and that switch will actually control the Bluetooth, whether you want to turn it on or off in terms of charging the individual batteries inside that. Then we're going to have the LED lights that will be mounted inside this 1-inch thick panel, probably be some sort of lens, and that'll be 2 on each side. And then 2 fans that will be mounted down below to pull out hot air and kind of circulate things. We're going to have 2 separate USB charge ports that'll be mounted on each side to be able to just plug and play your different devices. We'll have 1, and it's hard to see this one, but there's a second photo cell down there that will allow for the lights and the thermostat to kick on the second you open up the lid. And then you'll also have, 2 more LEDs, lights that will be down here. So a total of 4, and in the future we're thinking probably 6 and maybe even 8. We'll just have to do some more configuration, but as of right now, these are all the parts we could afford to get, so we're working with what we got. We got some awesome Y splitters that give us some great distance to be able to spread things out and get it really worked around. One of the biggest things we're working on now is trying to figure out where these different components would be placed and mounted, which it looks like this works really well, but how do you actually mount that and then make it so you don't see any of it? So what we've decided to do is we're going to have 1 large access panel, so it'll be a floor surface obviously inside here, so you don't see any of this stuff that's in here, but we'll have on the back side an access panel, which is where the backrest and the telescoping rods and the cushions for the straps and everything would go. So we'll have an access panel back there where you can unscrew that and kind of like see all this stuff, and to be able to access it in case you had to swap out a lithium powered battery, or maybe like a USB port dies and you need to swap it out. We'll do some awesome wire management. We've got these super cool micro mounts, which make organizing wire management really easy. They got zip ties that come with them, and they got 3M adhesive. If we need something strong, we use some, a couple drops of epoxy, and it'll be just fine on the plastic. So that'll help make this look super clean and tidy once we get it all going. In terms of storage space, you can see it's going to be a decent amount, being that it's one big pod. And we did, like we mentioned, a 1-inch border that goes all the way around And then what we're going to do is we'll have access panels on the side. So you see there's a little bit of a cutout here, so we'll be able to access a panel here, another one on that side, and then like I said, one on the bottom. And then on the inside, I'm not sure we'll have any access panels. The only thing I can foresee possibly in the future is if instead of on the back, the access panel, if we make it on the inside bottom, just for waterproofing purposes. But overall, for right now, we're just going to make it on the back. I think it's going to be best for what we're working with. So yeah, and then we have a lot of notes all over the model. We kind of tore it apart last night to really critique it and figure out, you know, what goes where and how it's going to work and how it's going to look. Super excited because we have one more system, which is here, and this is the slide out, right? So if you can imagine that sliding out, so it really gives you, it won't be that much, but it'll be about 3/4 of that. So if you can imagine that slide out, and when it slides out, what we came up with is mounting the solar panel on the slide out, which is going to be super cool. The panel that we have now is a little big, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a battery pack solar panel that gets mounted there, and you know, you activate it and utilize, you know, the sun once you use the slide out if you're hiking. And then on the front, what we're going to do on this lid, so imagine this being cut out and it's an actual lid, we'll obviously have our locking switch that we're going to be using for vacuum seal. And then we're going to make it so that when you flip the lid over, you have another solar panel, which is this one, that has a direct charge port, so it gives you direct access. So this would be mounted on the inside like so, and then you would turn the lid over and it would magnetically attach and you would do your thing. In terms of waterproofing, we're going to make it so that it attaches just magnetically with no vacuum seal. The future, we're looking at doing a dual vacuum seal, one on each side, so that when you turn the lid, it seals no matter which way you flip it. But for right now, we're going to do one. In theory, it doesn't really matter, because if you're in solar mode collecting sunlight, it means it's not raining, which means you don't need waterproofing. But you know, overall, we like the idea of being able to have vacuum seals on both sides, just in case you get caught in the rain, and you know, you gotta do your thing and make sure you don't damage anything. So that's pretty cool. We're doing Renogy solar panels for all of it because they just have some really good quality stuff. The manufacturing is really good. The one that we have coming in cost us about $40. This one was about $40 as well. But you know, they're really good quality, really nice scale. They really did their homework, and their manufacturing is pretty on point, so we're going to go with that. Good reviews on their products too. So that's kind of where we're at. So we still have to build, you know, the side pods that'll attach. We have a great set of magnets ready to go. We're going to order the rest of these locking magnets that will lock the pods into place. We have the telescoping rods pretty much ready to go. And what we're going to do now is pretty much redraw these wire diagrams to kind of match what we came up with in here, and take some pictures and get it going and start building the actual PVC version. So with that, super excited, can't wait to post the next results for you guys. Get amped, because this is going to change your life forever. So you're out.